Hello.
Hello. Wait a minute.
Welcome.
Kay, you're taller than me.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, no. Beautiful paintings. Oh.
Hello, everyone. It's actually been a couple of weeks since we've done a live stream here.
It has, and we apologise because we said that this would be yesterday, and our plan was to do it outside with this gorgeous valleys and cliffs and trees behind us, although we didn't have quite enough reception. And it was starting to rain.
And it rained on us, yeah. And it was really windy, yeah. The pitfalls of trying to do it outside. But we are pretty committed to working out an outside solution because we want to be able to do some of these rituals with you in nature.
Especially ones like this one.
Mm.
This one's about filling yourself up and creating that space within you that feels connected and feels alive and feels revitalized, and that you can do that especially from connecting with the elements and connecting with the earth underneath you and connecting with the sky and the wind. So that's why we were planning on doing it.
So even if we're not outside, you could be outside. If there's an opportunity for you to grab your phone or whatever you're listening to and slip out the back door, go for it.
Yes, we recommend it if you can, even just out the back door, just to feel the grass, the earth on your feet is powerful, especially if you don't give yourself time to do that very much. So this ritual is an opening for you to realize how much access you have to revitalizing energy, to vibrant energy, and also how much access you have to that space that is always within you, space that feels like more possibilities, and space that has you remember like how much you have available to you, and space that has you have more energy than you even realize you could have for yourself and for your children and for your day.
I think it's one of the most common catch cries of the modern mother. I don't know if it's always been, but this idea, it's not just an idea, it totally can feel like that, absolutely, that we are exhausted, that we have no energy, and that we have no space. Like, I get that. I totally get that. And especially the younger your children are, the more that feels like your day-to-day reality.
Like I don't even have space to go to the toilet by myself or have a shower by myself.
Yeah.
And so we're not, in this ritual, we're not so much talking to you about carving out more space and carving out more time. It's more experiencing the space and experiencing the energy in a slightly different way, so that you have more access to it in your busy life, in your life with children around you all the time.
This is about remembering that there's a different way that you can be in the moment, and tapping into that and utilizing the resources that are actually always around, but that we don't feel in our bodies or see until we intentionally choose to go there.
Yeah.
So, is there any teaching in this you want to teach?
Well, I guess a lot of it will happen in the process, but this involves breath and involves consciously breathing, and that's something that you have access to at any moment, no matter what, because you're always breathing. And it also involves being aware of energy that's in your body, that's moving through your body, that's coming in, that's coming out from your body, and that's something you always have access to as well, because that's always moving. Like breath and energy are always there. So this is just an opening to experiencing it a little more consciously and with a little more
and working with
aliveness. Yes.
Learning to use it as a much more powerful resource in your life.
Yeah, and also intention.
Yeah.
So being more aware of your intention and choosing your intention for the moment and having that be carried in your energy, which makes little rituals like this so much more powerful. It can make a moment that feels really overwhelming be something completely different.
Absolutely. You know, I'm going to flip our plan around.
Yeah.
And talk about out the back door.
Yes, do that now.
Yeah. So it relates to what Kay is talking about with this intention that you create for the moment. And it relates to us topping up and utilising energy and our breath in a really intentional way. And one of the purposes, or one of the byproducts of doing this is we create more internal space within us. That we will come to a place where we feel more spacious inside. And from that spacious place, you have access to so much that you didn't realise you had access to. And not the least of which would be your truth. The way forwards on something that is probably feeling chaotic and overwhelming in the day. It comes from that space. So when we were talking about doing this ritual, and Kaya was like, "Oh, I really want to do something around this breathing breath piece," and we've been talking about breath work actually, and it reminded me that I wrote a blog post many years ago now when my children were really young, called Out the Back Door, and it was about a ritual that I had in place where I would organise my children so that I could cook dinner. And sometimes that meant Mike was home in time to help, and sometimes that didn't, and it meant putting on Bob the Builder or, whatever it was. However, I was going to create the space so I could go and cook dinner. And for a while when I was doing that, I would be rushing and cooking dinner and rushing, and everything would be a rush. And then I decided I needed a small pocket of space. Like, I needed it. And I know lots of you can relate to that because we crave just a bit of space. And I just decided it was my intention. It wasn't really, it was something that I could make happen. And what I would do is I would get to the point in the dinner process where something needed to boil for 5 minutes or bake for 10 minutes or whatever it was, those gaps that you have in the cooking process. And I would actually double check on the kids, and then I would just slip out the back door, which is right by my kitchen. And I would just sit on the back step. And my intention for that moment was to breathe in the day, or the night. It was sunset usually when I did it. But to breathe in as much energy from the passing day as I possibly could. And just top up. And just feel myself expand in that silence and that space. Or actually, there was usually a lot of bird call, but that's okay, that was beautiful too. But just to be in that moment. And what I did in that moment, and it was literally 3 or 4 minutes, it wasn't a lot of time because I had to get back in again. What I did change from time to time. I would play with a gratitude practice, or I did lots of things. But the part that I would always breathe in the day and connect myself to myself again, to create that space inside, that was a huge gift, massive gift. And when I went back inside, when I slipped back in the back door and closed the door, it was not only that it wasn't only a gift to myself, it was a huge gift to my entire family. Because I came back into rush hour in the family with so much space and so much more energy and so grounded and present. So that 3 or 4 minutes meant dinner went so differently.
Yeah, and we can guarantee that you have so many opportunities for that throughout your day, even if it seems like you don't. I was noticing, I think it was last night, this calling in me that I needed to get a bit still and breathe in the day, like Lisa described, and just settle into that space within me, even if just for 1 minute. And then I noticed like I could have done that, but I noticed this busyness of, oh, I'll just get that done, I'll just get this done, or even I'll just go eat. I'll eat, like eating food as well. I'll just fill it up with something, and it was just a choice to know I'm gonna like go out the back door. I'm just gonna do this for 1 minute and bring all my intention, all my energy, all my focus to this space, this breathing, this presence. And it completely like changed my course of my day. Like it brought me back into myself.
Absolutely. We tell ourselves all the time, I don't have any time and I don't have any space. And it feels like that. I get that. It feels like that when you have children around you 24/7 and you have all these priorities and you have all these responsibilities, you have so much going on. The voices that say, I don't have time, I don't have space, I don't have time, I don't have space, yeah, they can be super loud. And we're inviting you to consider that it is a choice, that there is a choice that you make, and that you think you need to go to a mountaintop for a week. I get that. Like, you think you need hours and hours of space. And we would invite you to consider that you can achieve so much in 1 or 2 minutes in terms of topping up, filling up your energy, and feeling more spacious, creating internal space.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do it?
Yes.
Should we do it? Let's actually do an example, a process with it, where you get to actually experience it with us.
Yes, and this one we're going to go a little longer than a couple of minutes, aren't we? Or are we?
Yeah, I think this time around it will probably go, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Like, it'll go a little longer because I want to put in I want to give you a really good experience of it, so that whatever you take out of that and put into your 1 minute will be really what you need. So there might be a little bit extra in there, and you can just wing it when you do it. Ultimately, when you do it, you just do it however works for you.
When you do it, it's so not about what you're doing or the structure you're following. It's about your presence with what you're doing, and your, like Lisa described, her whole intention in that short time sitting on the back step was to breathe in the day, just bringing the whole of you into that space.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the time, if you've got space to go out into nature, where you would just kick it up a notch. You don't need to do it, but I find it more powerful.
Yeah.
Do you?
Especially with bare feet, I do.
Yeah.
Feeling my bare feet on the ground.
Okay, so paddle out the back door if you've got a moment, and if not, just find a space that feels comfortable. And you can do it just right where you are. Seriously, do not get hung up on having to have things be perfect and all set up before you can do this sort of stuff. You will never ever get to the point where it's perfect and you're ready to do the stuff. It's like years ago, the best thing I ever did for my yoga practice was stop waiting to get into my yoga gear to do it. Like, I would just do it in whatever I was in, because then I actually did it. So, yeah, don't look for the perfect moment. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes right now and bring your awareness to your breath. Just for one breath in and out. You don't have to do anything with it. Just be present to it. Be aware of it. And now in your next breath, allow yourself to put intention with it. What is your intention here? And I'm inviting you to slow down. Slow your breath down and deepen your breath. Allow it just to be full and complete, whatever that is for you. Just journey with your breath in and out of your body and be present to it. That's it. And notice for you what's actually there. You don't have to make a story out of it. You don't have to try and wonder what it is. You don't have to label it. just be present to what's there within you.
And even if it's what you think shouldn't be there.
Yeah. This is not a time for dealing with it or fixing it right now. This is a time just to acknowledge, I see you. That's it. Continue to breathe. Anytime you feel like you've gotten caught up in what's going on in your head, bring your awareness back to your breath. That's all. Keep it simple. Okay, so now I want you to imagine that everything around you is energy. That if you're outside, the sky, the earth, the trees, everything is vibrating energetically around you. Just notice that everything around you is so much less solid than you would think if you looked at it with your eyes. And on the next in-breath, I want you to breathe the world in. Breathe that energy that you can feel around you. Breathe it into your body. And on the out-breath, just relax. If you want to open your eyes and look around you, you can, but you can also keep your eyes closed. Continue. Breathe in the vibration of life that is all around you. It's around you in every moment.
And feel it move and settle into like all the different parts of your body. Into all the extremities, like down your arms, into your fingers.
Feel it actually rushing through your body as you breathe in. And now I want you to imagine or notice that as you breathe in the energy of life around you, that it ignites and activates the energetic core that is within you. That actually what is out there and the life and the energy that you're breathing into your body is actually what you're made of. And that this is igniting it. So now on the in-breath you breathe in the energy of life, of all the energy around you. And on your out-breath you're just radiating more of the same. You're just pulsing it straight back out again. Breathing in the energy and letting it come back out. Feel yourself expanding more and more and filling up with the breath. More life, and noticing that you're filled with life, and just allow it to radiate. You can dissolve yourself virtually in this energy, that all the life around you, all the energy around you, of the earth, of the trees, of the sky, of the room, of the people in your community, all of that energy,
The vast universe.
absolutely, comes into your body and is you, goes out of your body. You're all just resonating energy. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Allow it to totally fill you. And as you allow yourself to just dissolve into this energy that you're breathing in and out, feel the vastness of everything. Allow yourself to zoom right out of your life, right out of your thoughts, all of that, and connect with the vastness. There is no difference between you and the sky, the planet, the universe, love, joy, all of the emotional energies in the world. We're all energy buzzing and vibrating. Feel that vastness. Allow yourself to dissolve into it and unravel. And feel the incredible space. Just sit in that space for a moment. Float in it and continue to breathe. This vastness where you are one with everything is a space where you can just be. Everything is okay. there is time, there is space. And it's from this place that there's also this sense of universal love, of unwavering okayness, a vastness so much bigger than you. So breathe that in and start to form yourself again. Come back, feel yourself breathing in, feel that it's space within you staying, that internal space staying, and feel all your cells really reconnecting with your body, who you are in this life. Come back to your body, but with that space and that energy.
That vibration of aliveness in all the cells.
That aliveness is always there. You just need to connect with it again. Breathe it in and come back to your body. Just be still now. Just breathe again. Attention back on your breath. And notice the space. And just be with whatever's there. It will be completely different to what was there before, and that's perfect, and that's okay. All okay. But just notice the contrast in your body right now. Now that you've connected back with universal flow.
Notice the spaciousness.
The potential. This will also help, this space within will help connect you back to your values. And so when you go back into be with your children, you go back into the moment of whatever's going on for you, you're going to be in such a better self-connected space. And you're going to remember what's really important to you. You'll have a sense that time has slowed down a little bit, that there's so much more room, that there is room to sit on the floor and look at that feather with your child with great detail.
And also that you're being held, that the universe has you, that energy, that aliveness that you have access to and that you can feel, that's in you and that's holding you and that's helping you take your steps, that's helping you go about your day.
You're filled up now with the energy of everything, everywhere, to support you, to help you, keep you moving in the day when you've got to keep moving. We get that. So this was about intention. This was about just taking some moments to prioritize it. So we would invite you to try this on.
Yes, and we'd love to hear how it goes for you, like for our sakes, because it lights us up to hear how what we share with you affects you and the experiences you have from it. So please do share, whether you're watching this live, I'm not even sure if anybody is watching it live, I can't tell, or whether you're watching the replay. Share in the comments, share what it was like for you to breathe in life.
And if you have, like something didn't work for you, or you've got a question, or share that too, because Kaya and I will check out the video later and answer any comments that are there. Yay. Even if you do this once, like my ritual when my children are little about slipping out the back door, it'll have a profound effect in your life. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye-bye, lovelies. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.